I mean, we're going to aggressively defend it, and I express my appreciation to the 3 of the best law firms in the city of Houston who are engaged in helping us defend ourselves against the suit brought from the outside.
But I guess that is some level of concern.
Yes.
So, Mayor, you've been on this job a little over 5 years. What did you learn from this?
Well, I wish I were a speed reader, and that oftentimes that broader forces are at play. We're so focused on what goes on in Houston. It's no secret, Houston is my passion. I love Houston. I am giving 110% to Houston every day, and I sort of have blinders on about the things that happen outside the city, which was why it was so important to have both, particularly Jim yesterday morning talking about conversations he's having with pastors in other parts of the United States, and then these pastors who are not engaged at all in what happens here come in and say, Mayor, you may not be aware of what's going on. All I was focused on was Houston, and I was inundated with a lot of hate speech and hate mail and really virulent attacks. Well, you just kind of put the shell up when that happens, which is why it was for Pastor Rudy, Houston is better than that. And when we got through all of that and actually had a civil conversation, it is important to me, and every so often you step on a landmine, it is important always to, when you are made aware of the broader context, to take it into account.
Mayor, even though you withdraw the petitions, there's the intimidation factor and the intimidation that they felt in challenging City Hall. How do you clear that up? How do you
I'm sorry, are you implying that these 5 pastors felt they were intimidated by City Hall?
You're being facetious? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, of course, and that's actually part of the national quagmire that you stepped into, is the intimidation of government.
And we clearly, we were withdrawing. Again, it's the broader debate, and certainly that's not our intention. All we're trying to do is defend the city. We were sued. We're trying to defend the city. I don't believe by any stretch of the imagination, that these 5 pastors who are the organizers of the petition drive, who understand how to move the levers of government, because they did organize the petition drive, were in fact intimidated. But I did not want to inadvertently send a message to anyone that Houston is not a place that respects the right of our religious leaders to preach in any way they deem fit.
Did you tell the 5 pastors you were dropping the subpoena before you made the announcement?
No.
Why?
They didn't tell me that they were going to file a lawsuit against us before they filed a lawsuit against us. They will serve them. Our lawyers will communicate with their lawyers.
So they'll find out without the media, and no harm, no foul. Is that what you're saying?
There's one right. I think there's some of them here, but anyway. All right, thank you. We appreciate it.
Hey, Mayor, can you tell me, just real quick, I have a question. How many Bibles do you know you've gotten as part of this?
Oh, no, I'm glad you asked me about
and then what are you going to do with all
I'm
of it?
glad you asked me about that. I have had several pastor friends of mine have emailed me asking for the Bibles. There is a great desire to have some of these Bibles so they can distribute. And in fact, Houston Police Officers Union, Ray Hunt, texted me last night and asked for Bibles that officers for themselves, or to hand out sometimes to people on the in offering comfort. And so we have created a list, and I have to say that there was a lot of hate mail and so forth that came in, which is part of the job. But the Bibles were a loving gift to the city of Houston, and we're going to take them in that spirit, and we're going to pass them on.
Do you have any idea about how many you got?
We can count them for you, but I don't know. Someone else is going to have to answer that question.
Mayor, real quick, to the extent that the opponents in the lawsuit and whatnot will claim victory in your decision today, what's your...
Has nothing to do with anything that's happening down here.
Okay.
Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you.